All right, we are starting our Bears Now on Callin show. Welcome in. Appreciate everybody for rocking and rolling with us. We got about 47 people live or so. We will answer all of your questions here on the show. Appreciate everybody rocking and rolling with us. We'll answer your questions and we'll have some fun, talk about some different Bears topics. So let's go ahead and go to Q Carrito here. He is up first here on the caller line. Q, welcome in. Click that mic button in the bottom right to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask me your question.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you if you think that Bears fans are starting to like the Velus Jones pick purely just because it's like we're kind of just stuck with him now. And I did watch his tape, and I do kind of like what I saw. But I think he's just a knockoff of Laviska Shenault, kind of, honestly. So,
yeah, it's a good question. I do like the comp, Laviska Shenault, and I think Shenault could still be a good pro. I don't think the Jags have used him properly. He's had some injury issues. I think he's got more explosion than Shenault. He's a lot faster. But if they use him, some in the running back, some at receiver, some as a return man, get him 10-plus touches a game, I mean, I think that's probably worthy of a third-round pick, wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely. I also have a prediction, and I think Ja'Tyre Carter is actually going to start for us at right guard this season.
All right.
But anyway, see ya.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Appreciate the question. Mike, click that mic icon in the bottom right.
Hey, how you doing, Harrison?
I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, I had a question. So, do you think we can survive with Thomas or Carter at the left tackle spot and see if we can have Herbert come in at right guard? Do you think we can survive with that offensive line like that?
Man, a 5th or 6th round rookie starting at left tackle concerns me. I do like the idea of getting Herbert in at right guard. I would almost just rather go Borum at left tackle because at least he started some games last year. I like Carter and Thomas as, potential developmental guys. Starting them week 1, though, feels like a different story.
Do you think, though, that one of them could be a diamond in the rough?
I do think so, but there's a difference in between. There's a difference in thinking a guy can come in and start at left tackle, the quarterback's blind side right away, compared to, hey, he's a sneaky day 3 pick that, by the end of his rookie year or his second or third year proves to be a good starter for you. I think those are two different things. So I think that's asking a lot out of one of these rookies to start at left tackle. All right. Appreciate the question, Mike. Appreciate you guys rocking and rolling with us. If you're live on Callin, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell after you do subscribe when you see our scheduled rooms. That way you know exactly when I go live. All right. Don Burr, we finally get to hear the legend himself. Don Burr in the chat, our resident Lions fan here at Bears Now. Don, you got to click that mic icon in the bottom right. Let's see what you're going to spew today. Go ahead, Don. Don, you got to unmute yourself. Does he know how to use the app? Mic icon in the bottom right, Don. I really want to hear from you, but I can't wait forever. Okay, figured it out. I can hear you, Don. Let's hear it.
So how many sacks do you think Aidan Hutchinson will have out of the 2 games versus Chicago?
At least half a sack, Don. At least half a sack. And also, come on, man, give me a grade for the draft. We had an A+, right? Hey, I like the Lions draft, and hey, I appreciate that you are one of the best trolls I've ever met on the internet. So you deserve a lot of credit for that. And quite frankly, I appreciate your involvement on Bears Now because it gets the live chat popping. So you play a role in this community, make no mistake. But I do like Hutchinson, and thanks for tuning in every week.
Detroit versus everybody.
All right, I love the passion. Let's go to Patrick. He's next up here as we go through our live Bears Callin show, answering all of your questions, chatsports.com/Bears Callin. Patrick, you can unmute yourself in the bottom right on your screen and ask your question whenever you're ready. Mic button in the bottom right. Go ahead, Patrick. Oh, you had it for a sec, and then you muted yourself again. There you go. I got you. You're back. Your audio's a little weird.
I'm doing. I'm ordering along.
I got to mute you, Patrick. The audio's no good. I don't know where you are. The audio's no good. Let's go to Timothy. He's next up in the caller queue. Timothy, unmute yourself in the bottom right on your screen and talk whenever you're ready. Go ahead, Timothy. You guys got to come ready to go. Timothy's not ready to go, so I got to go to Aaron, who's up next. Go ahead, Aaron. Unmute yourself in the bottom right. Mic button in the bottom right, Aaron, and you can get your question in. You're muted right now. Going once, Aaron. Going twice. All right, we're going to have to go to Mel. He's up next. Got to unmute yourself in the bottom right on your screen, guys, on the Callin app. Mel, go ahead and unmute yourself and get your question in.
Hello, you got me?
I got you. What's up?
I have a question about two Jets players. One I don't think they get rid of because they didn't draft a replacement for him.
Okay.
But that's Mekhi Becton.
Yep.
And the other is Denzel Mims. He's probably 4th or 5th on their depth chart right now. Do you think that's somebody they decide to move on from and the Bears should make a call about?
Maybe. Let's start with Becton. So there were reports that at times last year he was over 400 pounds, and the Jets were fed up with him being out of shape and not being committed to football. Sounds like they're at least going to give him an opportunity this offseason. If he's not reaching their expectations, maybe they put him on the trade block. As far as Denzel Mims goes, I don't know if he has much trade value. So I think if you're the Bears, you kind of wait and see if they cut him. If he's a surprise cut in training camp, and then maybe you add him after initial 53-man roster cuts, kind of like they did with Brashad Perriman last year. But for some reason, Nagy never played him. But I think that could be an option. I don't think I would trade for Denzel Mims, but I think if he were to get cut, he would be a guy I'd be interested in signing.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate the question. Let's go to Greek Ninja, who is next up. Greek, unmute yourself in the bottom right hand of your screen. There you go. What's up?
Yep. Well, a lot of people have been talking about sort of the Bears not quite hitting early in the draft on linemen, necessarily on receivers outside of Velus. But I've been trying to explain to people that this isn't the final 53-man roster that's on their team right now, that a lot of teams are going to be cutting players after they either sort of finish, looking at the draft, what they got, or when they get those draftees into camp and see that they can actually play. Are there any possible veterans you think that you've seen out there that could possibly get cut after the draft that might fit the Bears?
It's possible. Mims is a player I just mentioned that could be a sneaky cut candidate. A sneaky trade candidate could be Laviska Shenault if the Jags are poised and moving him. Could you throw a 4th or 5th round pick next year to get him? I think that's possible. Guys don't really no one's really coming to my mind beyond that. If you have any names, feel free to throw them out there. But there's always a couple of surprise cuts around the league, especially after June 1st when the post-June 1 cuts start to hit. So I'm sure Ryan Poles and company will be keeping an eye on that.
It'd be nice to see if there's a couple, 30-year-old tackle candidates out there that make a cut for teams a few years away, sort of like the Bears, but at least fill in that spot until the Bears have some more draft picks over the next couple of years to find their long-term guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you could get a 1-year left tackle, that's why I keep saying, if you could sign Eric Fisher for like $5 million, I think it'd be perfectly fine. I mean, he wouldn't be great, but I could be serviceable for 1 year while Bourne develops more, or maybe you draft someone next year. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and to find kind of those stopgap type of players, especially on the offensive line. So appreciate the question, and appreciate you guys for listening. By the way, for those listening, if you want to hop into the live chat feature, the comment section, and say one player you would like to see the Bears sign now that the draft is over, go ahead and let me know who that player is. One player that you think the Bears could go sign. Some guy named Matthew Peterson waiting to call. Let's get Matthew Peterson. He can get his question in here. All right, Petey.
Hey, what's going on, Harrison?
What's up?
I think John can go to hell for that one. But my question for you is, I don't know if you saw, but apparently Olin Kreutz like super body slammed Hoge. So
Body slammed. Is that the rumor now?
That I saw that on Twitter, so I think it's true. But my question is, if someone had to like WWE body slam Nagy during the season last year, who would be the leading candidate, like odds wise, on the roster?
I think Akeem Hicks has to be the guy, right? I mean, just fed up after year of garbage offense. I think that would do some pay-per-view sales. But, wow, I didn't realize Olin Kreutz went WWE. Is that what the Internet's speculating now, huh?
Well, I actually don't know. It's just a little bit of a rumor.
A little bit of a rumor. Okay.
Big-time fan of the show, so thanks, Harry.
All right. Appreciate the question. Again, if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, chatsports.com/BearsCallin is the link. But if you want to hit that sub button on Callin, we're going to have weekly live shows where we can answer all of your questions.